this ride.
New reaction tonight to President Joe Biden's comments that the risk of nuclear Armageddon is at its highest level since the 1962 Cuban Missile Crisis.
Mr. Biden made the comments off camera at a fundraiser last night. They were in response to Russian officials talking about the possibility of using tactical nuclear weapons after suffering massive setbacks in the eight-month invasion of Ukraine.
12 News reporter Alexandra Leslie spoke with Rhode Island Senator Jack Reed today about the president's comments and joins us live in studio. Alex?
Well, the White House press secretary said this week no new intelligence was behind President Biden's words of warning, nor was there information that Russia was preparing to imminently use nuclear weapons.
Eventually.
While that is the case, the Kremlin is trying to signal. It's trying to keep the nuclear debate going in the West, and it's succeeding. And so Belgorod, one of the submarines, rather like this, isn't the Belgorod, but the similar class. It's the K-329, the Belgorod. It's a huge thing, 30,000 tons. It left.
Much later.
Veiled threat to use nuclear weapons. I think, some observers are kind of, not all over the fence, but some say take it seriously, but not too seriously. Don't read too much into it. Are we seeing anything on the ground or hearing anything from the Kremlin to indicate that Vladimir Putin is serious about these threats?
Good morning. From the Kremlin, we're definitely hearing that they are preparing just in case there is a escalation in Ukraine. Vladimir Putin himself has alluded that he's ready to use any means that are available to him to advance his failing invasion of Ukraine at the moment. He didn't directly say he'll use nuclear weapons, but he implied that that's exactly what he's talking about. He said that this is not a bluff. But the reality on the ground so far, it doesn't indicate that they are indeed proceeding with some immediate preparations for an attack. And also the comments from actually the Pentagon before Biden's remarks were way more measured. They said that they don't see anything at the moment that would change the U.S. nuclear standing in any shape or form. They're not seeing this. There were reports about a nuclear submarine that apparently left an Arctic fleet, but some of the military experts.
Well, you got me. By all accounts, it doesn't make sense.
Those advance deterrence, which is what this is all about right now. First, by saying not joking, President Biden doesn't put Putin into a corner. He doesn't put Putin into a situation where Putin has to say, imagine Biden had said he is joking. Biden doesn't put Putin into a situation where he has to prove that he's not joking, where he has to make some demonstration that he's not joking. So by saying that, in a way, President Biden relieves Vladimir Putin of the need to back up this threat. He shows Vladimir Putin, we take you seriously. We take your threat seriously. You don't need to prove it. On the other hand, by saying Armageddon, what does he signal to Vladimir Putin? He signals that we will not be cowed. We will not capitulate to nuclear blackmail, because the only way you get to Armageddon, of course, is by a series of escalations where the U.S. would respond and then Russia in turn would respond. But by mentioning Armageddon, Biden signals to Putin that the U.S. will not back down, not give in to nuclear blackmail, but in a way that doesn't humiliate or insult or further put Putin into a corner. So I believe it was a calculated remark, comes in the context of the signals that the White House has given already in this context. Please.
Yeah, certainly dire warnings there, but what course do you think the war in Ukraine?
This is how legends are born.